The gentleman from Idaho is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I yield myself such time as I may consume.
Gentleman is recognized.
Mr. Speaker, I rise today in support of S. 3987, the Red Flag Program Clarification Act of 2010. This bill, as was mentioned, is a bipartisan, common-sense approach to protecting our nation's small businesses from needless, burdensome government regulations. This legislation clarifies the definition of creditor for the purposes of complying with the red flag rule. Under this law, a creditor would include only those entities that regularly use consumer reports or furnish information to consumer reporting agencies. Mr. Speaker, our doctors and dentists across the country are not financial institutions, do not present an identity theft risk, and should not be treated as such. Under the old rule, many of these medical and dental offices were considered creditors because they worked with patients to develop payment plans that they could afford. This rule actually discourages efforts to improve access to care for people who can't afford to pay. This goes against all of our efforts to improve our health care system. Congress never meant for small businesses such as doctors, dentists, accountants, and others to be included in this definition. This legislation is a good compromise in addressing the concerns of impacted businesses and health care providers while still protecting individuals from the risk of identity theft. I'd like to thank my good friends Congressman Adler, Congressman Brown. I've enjoyed working with you on this legislation. I'd like to recognize the work of Chairman Frank and Ranking Member Baucus to craft a balanced bill that addresses everyone's concerns, as well as Senator Begich and Senator Thune for their work on this issue. Finally, I'd like to thank the FTC Chairman, Chairman Leibowitz, for working with us so diligently on this issue throughout this rather long and arduous process. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I don't believe we have any other speakers, and I would yield back the balance of my time.
The gentleman from Idaho yields back the balance of his time.